Jesus' actions on day 2 had hit their mark. The temple leadership had been humbled and made uncomfortable, and the crowds loved him for it. The course was set. The religious leaders were cross. The Roman officials would soon take notice, and the cross was on the horizon. Jesus' continued teaching on day 3 would feed the tension and cement the hearts of the religious leaders against him. On the morning of day 3, as the markets filled with the patrons purchasing lambs and spices for the Passover preparations, the Son of God was taking his place at the temple. His hostile takeover from the day before had made him popular indeed. Luke 21:38 tells us that early in the morning all the people came to him in the temple to hear him. Beholding the scene, you can imagine Jesus speaking to a full temple court, standing room only to hear from the teacher who speaks as one sent from God. The chief priests and some of the scribes questioned Jesus about his authority to teach in the temple. Jesus answers them with a question of his own, followed by a deep, cutting parable. The parable of the farmer and the tenants elicits roars for justice from the religious leaders, who did not understand that it was a direct assault at them. They were the tenants who had failed the farmer, killed and treated shamefully the messengers, and were well on their way to killing the owner's son. Their self-condemnation was revealed as Jesus quotes Psalm 118:22. "The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone." Others step to the plate to question Jesus in regard to paying taxes and the bodily resurrection of the dead. He leaves them speechless and retreating. At that moment, he turned to his disciples and he warns them. It seems that in that very moment, as he condemned the scribes for their hypocrisy, he looked up and noticed a poor widow contributing to the temple. Her sweet act of faith was memorable for its genuine generosity. She gave, in spite of having little, she gave. As Jesus pointed to her as an example, he was contrasting her faith to the rich who gave out of their abundance, but possibly also to the faith of the scribes who wear their expensive robes and take the best seats, offering long, drawn-out prayers to show their importance. The poor widow was more genuine in faith than these. After this, Jesus noticed that the conversation shifted to how impressive the temple was. And it was an impressive building, beautifully decorated, built with choice stones. Disappointed with the conversation, Jesus launches into a series of prophetic teachings about the destruction of the beautiful temple and ultimately Jerusalem. The lesson Jesus wants them to catch is that their faith is as fragile as the object of their faith. If they have faith themselves, it will fail as they fail. And if they put their faith in the temple, it will crumble as the temple falls. The warning is clear as the day winds down. The day of the Son of Man refers to the day of judgment, when Jesus, who is referring to himself in the prophecy, will return and every knee will bow, confirming that the rejected stone had become the cornerstone. On this day, those with genuine faith will be raised to stand before the Savior of the world. Let us consider the warning from Jesus to watch ourselves, lest our hearts be weighed down or choked out by the cares of this world. May beholding the scenes of Easter strengthen our faith, that we may one day stand in the presence of our King.